Hey everyone, it's Joey. I don't know if I've introduced myself here on this channel. I've kind of just posted shorts and that's all I was planning to do, but I kind of want to do some long and form stuff. And I'm going to start with this. This is kind of a softball, so not much to it. I want to show you guys what I'm working with, and then hopefully I could get to making some, real photography videos. So just a little background on myself. My name is Joey Pedris. I work in marketing. That's my day job. But otherwise, I'm a creator. I'm a writer, photographer, filmmaker, all that, stuff. Sometimes make music too. All that stuff. And I found a passion for film photography. I want to say maybe 10 years ago now, and I kind of played around with it. Didn't really have the money to commit to it. Came back to it later, put it down, left it alone for a couple of years, came back to it, and now it feels bigger than ever. So I figured it's a good time to really talk about the subject. There's so many film channels. There's so many great photographers here on YouTube and on Instagram, online, all over the place. I just wanted to put, my 2 cents in there since I have been doing this for a while, and I think it's a lot of fun, and I want to share some of the stuff I'm making with you guys. And I've been making YouTube videos for a long time on my main channel. So I figured, hey, you love this thing. It's very expensive. Why don't you at least talk about it online, and you could possibly, get in touch with the community and talk film, photography, and cameras and all that good stuff with the world at large. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm deciding to make more content for this channel. And this is only the beginning. Obviously, I'm in my office. I don't have anything in the back. I don't have like a cool camera setup yet to show off all the things behind me. Would love to get some artwork back here. So if you guys have any prints or anything you recommend to have up in the blank walls back here, please comment down below. Let me know if I should buy one of yours or if you can recommend a photographer. I'd super appreciate that. So let's cut the gabbing. I know you guys are here to see what I have in my collection. It's a fairly modest collection, but as you know, with cameras, especially film cameras, it tends to grow quickly. Things tend to snowball. So I'm going to go with some of the ones I use the least and go to the one I use the most. So the one I've probably used the least, and I have them all down here because it's carpet and it's soft and I don't want to put them on the table because this desk is a disaster. But the one I probably use the least is the Canon A1. Not because I dislike it, just because I'm so set on the systems I use all the time. And I got this at a garage sale, like a flea market kind of thing in New Jersey. And, these cameras are great. I haven't used them a ton. I think there's some light leak issues with this one and the AE1 I'm about to show you. I've really loved the build of these cameras. They just feel good. They feel like good, sturdy cameras, and the lenses are great. This is a 50 mil 1.4. Really love using this one. I haven't used it a ton. I really need to take these out more. But the guy that sold it to me was trying to get rid of them. Maybe it was a relative of his, but he sold me this and the AE1 for like $60. I'm gonna probably help teach my girlfriend photography with one of these. But they're both in really great condition, but they both seem to have light leak issues, and I haven't really looked into it too much. I've kind of just taped up the side, the backing here. There were some little holes in this area. I don't know why, but I haven't really noticed any clear, places where the light would leak. I know some of these are prone to leaks, and these are, older cameras. I haven't really given them the attention to really get a full workup, but yeah. So first two in my collection that are probably least used, but I would like to use more. The AE1 and the A1, very similar cameras, but I think they're fantastic for teaching, and which is why I'm holding on to them. And hopefully it can teach some people film photography or just photography in general. I think, film cameras are a great way to learn film photography or photography. Next one on the list is one I have used a good amount when I was first kind of learning film photography, especially 120 film. I feel like this is a lot of people have this in their collection, but it's the Holga 120. My girlfriend got me this for, I think, our first Christmas together. And this is a great one if you're kind of new to 120. It lets you get in there and kind of figure it out. Very basic camera. I'm sure most of you, she got me this nice strap too. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this. You have kind of simple focus modes. You have like your infinity or your landscape, then you have like your bunch of people, two or three people, then you have your like portrait mode. This is a fun camera to use. I don't use it often because film is so very expensive now, and I don't know if it makes sense to use a roll on this. I usually use an HP5 on this. Black and white, I think, is kind of the only way to go with the Holgas because how unreliable the focus is, but you can make some cool, like dreamy, surreal kind of stuff when you shoot black and white. So I think it does have its place, especially if you want to try that kind of photography out. I really love it for that. But I haven't done enough. I definitely use this more like in the fall to make those kind of more eerie, surreal kind of photos. But this one is cool if you're getting into 120. If you're getting into film, you want to try it out. The only thing with this camera or these cameras is the backing is terrible and the latches are terrible. If you could figure out a way to modify it, I haven't taken the time with this one to modify it. Figure that a better system for that out. The first like 2 rolls, before I knew anything, the first 2 rolls I did in this had some major leaks because it just gets in everywhere over here. I mean, they looked kind of cool. I don't know if I still have those shots, but I remember them looking kind of cool, but you don't want that with every roll you use. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, the Holga right there. And then next is a camera I recently have been using a lot, probably more than anything, but I'm going to put this in the middle because I'm trying to step away from this one a little bit. I've been over reliant on this one, but it is the Olympus XA2. This thing is a rangefinder. I really love it. I love the simplicity of it, how small it is. I even got the A11 flash. Got it on the good old eBay, motherland for film photos. But it's so small, little clamshell kind of thing. And I've been using this a ton. I was taking it everywhere because it is so small and I wanted to take more film photos and do it this way. But I found myself overdoing it with this because it was so convenient, and taking so many photos on this and going through so many rolls on this. And it is nice for casual kind of outings, but it's so easy to go through a roll on this. I feel like I'm thinking about composition less. I'm definitely not thinking about exposure because it kind of takes care of that for you. But tend to miss focus with this unless things are far away. And I almost try to only take pictures of things that are kind of far away and use the landscape mode or infinity mode. Because I still haven't figured out, a good measure of the distance, the actual distance to use, like the standard mode or the close-up kind of 1 meter, I think, mode, or 1 foot, whatever the metric they go by. But I do love this camera. And it has, self-timer and a battery check. It beeps there, so we're good. But yeah, the only reason I'm putting this lower on the list is because I'm over reliant on using this camera because of its convenience. So I'm going to have it rest for a little while, or only use it for like social occasions, social gatherings where I don't want to stop and focus on somebody or something. which leads me to my next one, which I kind of want to use more, but I don't use enough. And that is this big old fella, the Pentax 6x7. I really love Pentax cameras. This was kind of one of the dream cameras for me to buy. I didn't buy the grip. I kind of really wanted just the basic camera with a basic lens. I got the 135 for. This is, I know there's the big Mac Daddy Pentax lens, but I kind of wanted a starter that was affordable to try out with this. Now that I got the body, I got a lens to try stuff out with, and this camera is exactly what it's cracked up to be. What the hype is real with this camera. I really love this camera. It makes anything look kind of crispy and cinematic, if you want to use that word. I know that's a word people are pretty divisive on, but I've really liked working with this. It is pretty heavy, and it's large and it tracks eyeballs. So it's not one I bring casually for street photography, although I have done that. But this camera is just, it is everything it's cracked up to be. I know people have their opinions about it, and it's heavy, and it's definitely not, like your everyday carry. It might be, I think, it can be. I'm not going to get that big grip because I want it to be a smaller form factor. Maybe I'll get like one of those 3D printed grips just to hold it. I like hand holding it. Feels comfortable. Again, a little heavy, but I think it's a very solid camera. And it's just, it's one of my favorites. I still have film in here. Also, I'd show you more of it, but I got it ordered from Japan about almost a year ago now. I've had it. Wow. But it is just a beautiful camera, and it takes beautiful images. Even with its old age, it's in great condition. So happy to have this one. This is one I really wanted in my collection. Actually, I have a strap for it just to carry around my neck. I took it to Maine. Didn't get to use it enough there. It was a weird trip. But I love this camera so much. And for kind of my everyday use, this was my first film camera, and it's one I use all the time. I have a good line of lenses for it, and maybe some people will be surprised that this is like my go-to, but it is the Pentax K1000. I know this is like the starter camera. This is the one that everybody, when they take photography class in school or whatever, this is the one they give you to learn photography on. And this is the one I learned photography on also, at least film photography. But now I've invested such a line of lenses for this camera, a bunch, 135. I have a whole bunch up there. I have some macro lenses. I think the versatility of this camera is just what keeps me using it, coming back to it. I also just bought the new Kex light meter for this one, because the light meter in this has been shot for probably a decade now. It died pretty soon after I actually bought this. Again, this was another flea market buy, way before the film kind of renaissance happened and everything tripled, quadrupled in price. I think I got this for 20 bucks in excellent condition. And when I bought it, the light meter worked. Didn't last too much longer than that, but came with a couple lenses. Over the years, I bought a couple more, and it's just so reliable. It's sturdy. It's in pretty much the same condition I bought it in. But I don't know. Something about just the classic Pentax works so well for me. I absolutely love it. And this is a camera I'm planning to take everywhere with me this summer. Hopefully I could take you guys along and share some of the images I get with this camera and all the cameras in the videos I have or want to come out with in the next couple months. Because I'd like to share some photography with you guys and, practice my film making skills a little bit more. So that's all I have for you guys. This one already went kind of long, but let me know what you guys think. Are you interested in seeing more videos? Which is your favorite camera out of the bunch? Do you think some were bad purchases? What camera do you use? What's your least used and what's your most used? What's your favorite? What's the one, your guilty pleasure kind of camera, if you have one? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos from this channel, it is very new. Again, like I said, I've been only posting shorts for now. So if you want to see more from me and you want to see some more film videos and kind of get an idea of how I go about film photography, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Follow me on Instagram at Joey Pedras. And hopefully see you guys very soon. Later.